On the question of the corona vaccine, our leaders are definitely not pro-choice. Their view is do what you're told and don't complain. No uncomfortable questions. Those aren't just suggestions, they're rules, and Silicon Valley plans to enforce them. Twitter's announced a new policy to censor any unauthorized inquiry about the vaccine, or as the company put it, false or misleading narratives about COVID-19 vaccinations. Among other things, Twitter is censoring any claim that this vaccine might be used to, quote, control populations. So whatever you do, don't say this is social control, because if you do, the richest and most powerful people in the world will act in perfect coordination to shut you down immediately. So to repeat, there is no social control going on here, none. And if you suggest otherwise, Twitter's social controls will censor you. And not just Twitter's. Facebook has now decided it must, quote, build demand for vaccination in communities worldwide by sharing, quote, reassuring information about getting the vaccine. So Mark Zuckerberg was a tech tycoon. Now he's a professional marketer. Mark Zuckerberg's job is to make you want this vaccine like a cold beer on a hot day. Ask for it by name wherever the better medicines are sold. Fortunately for Mark Zuckerberg, he gets to control the conversation about the product he's selling. Facebook has announced it will squelch, quote, any misinformation it sees about this vaccine. Other billionaires think that's a great idea.
Do the social media companies, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, on, have a responsibility to do more right now, Melinda, in terms of getting this misinformation, this disinformation off their platforms?
They absolutely have a responsibility. The internet and the rise of social media has happened so quickly that really the regulations and the good policy making hasn't stayed out in front of it. And quite frankly, it needs to catch up.
Now, wait a second. That looked like Melinda Gates, who seems like a nice enough person. But why is she weighing in on an international health emergency? Well, simple. Melinda Gates is married to a billionaire. And in 2020, that's enough to give you control over an entire country. Melinda Gates is happy to take control.